joining us now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're here, and so happy that you're actually here in studio.
We're here.
Thank goodness. We have longtime activists Mona Noriega and Evette Cardona. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and
Pleasure
congratulations. Okay, we're just gonna start right off with what was your response when you heard the news?
Oh, that's so funny. When they called a couple of times, and we did
just not answer.
Yeah,
there were emails and just
we were just like, we were busy and we were traveling, and we didn't know why they wanted to talk to us. And finally, Tracy said, can you call them back?
When Tracy tells you to do something,
that's
then you
Tracy,
do.
babe. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, we called them back, set up a Zoom meeting, and still, had no idea. And then they said, there was, I guess the Pride Parade now is a 501c3 nonprofit, right? So donations are tax deductible to them. And they said that they wanted to return it to the community, and had a vote that happened somehow, and we were nominated and chosen to be the Grand Marshals. And funny that it was on Zoom, because I think we were both just like jaws hanging a little bit, like, what do you say?
You're completely surprised.
Completely surprised.
Completely surprised, unexpected. And then the question was, well, why us?
How did that
You're not giving yourselves enough credit for all the
Well, no, really.
But hold on, wait a second. But no, you two have been like pillars of the queer community for decades. Your work has been, Amigas Latinas. You started that organization. There's also, Mona, you helped open Lambda Legal's Midwest office and served as regional director as well. Evette, you co-founded Women of All Colors and Cultures Together. And you've worked with the Polk Brothers Foundation. Oh, okay, that's it?
Okay, that's all it takes to become. No. So we're very honored, very honored. We were taken aback, but, when, what we have been saying recently, when you are given flowers, you say thank you.
That is exactly what I was...
Especially from your community that, we've been sort of privileged to be sometimes reluctant leaders, but leaders who have just, shown up and, leaned in. And I didn't come out until much later, so once I did, I don't know if I had time to make up or something, but it was all out. And so it is a real honor.
Yeah, really I always find that people who are in, like nonprofit and service, like service to the public, they have a hard time accepting the flowers. It's like, because I'm just doing the work that you're
exactly.
just, and you were just doing the work.
But I think it's because we're always working in context. And so we are always working with others, and there are always a bunch of others. And so the community is so large, and there are so many people who are working in the community. So in all the organizations that we've participated in, there are people who are just every single day working to make this world a better place.
Yeah. Well,
so you've been around for a while. What are some of the milestones that you've witnessed in the LGBTQ community that have really been the most impactful?
Well, working at Lambda Legal was quite an honor, right? And so when I first got there, marriage equality was on the agenda.
Right.
But even more front and center at the time we began the Midwest Regional Office, it was about child custody. It was about family, establishing family protections for our families. It was about protecting service people in the military. So to have experienced all those changes, it just brings me to tears sometimes, And then to have marriage equality really happen.
Right.
Wow. We actually, Lambda won the first marriage case, but we lost it in the court of public opinion of why. So it became clear that the community had to be better organized, educated, and demand that we get the right to
call
marry.
to action.
And strategic. I remember that. That's when I was first learning about Lambda. Mona and I had just gotten together and thought, wow, that was easy. We got it. Like Hawaii passed. And then, within like 5 minutes, it was just like overturned.
Yeah.
And, to see the work of Lambda, to see the work that Mona was doing, and just being out. As I said, I came out later. Was just inspiring, and so you just kind of you get swept up, and it's like absolutely we have to keep fighting for this. So
and today we as you talked about the military and equal marriage rights for those are all under
Absolutely. Under attack.
under attack right now.
Right.
And does it make you feel like you got to double down and just keep going? Or do you get frustrated? I mean, we're
Well, I always liked when Evette was at the Obama opening, and I really love that the president's call was that this is a process and we have to continue to be engaged.
yes,
And that it's never a given.
no,
And
obviously.
so, obviously not, right? So, again, when I think back of the work of Lambda, there was a lot of protections for students from bullying, protections for the teachers in employment. And those things are being slowly, state by state, municipality by municipality, being dismantled.
Yes, It's very.
And I never thought that we would have marriage in our lifetime, which is why after domestic registry, we did that in 2003.
Yeah, kind of
And
thing,
then
yeah.
when civil union came, we just sort of went buck wild and, ordered the cake and got dressed and
Right,
flew the
yeah.
family in because we thought that was it.
Yeah. Right.
And not that that was enough, but like that was going to be it because that marriage would never happen. And then when it did, 3 years later, absolutely. I mean, we got married sort of that weekend because I did not want to step off the curb and get hit by a bus, and we hadn't gotten married. 'Cause I
Right.
know some people were waiting for the civil union date. And to now live in a world where that is being challenged, where they just said this morning that the percentage of people approving of gay marriage is going down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're just asking the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because,
Thank you.
And, so I don't want to say I don't think that will ever be undone because I've been so surprised in terms of when you say milestones of what's been happening. So we continue to, live our life. I've been in the closet a long time and I am not going back
Right
there.
on.
And
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Amen to that.
Snap, snap.
Snap all the snaps.
Yeah.
So were you at the watch party? Or were you-
Yes, Thursday.
At
Yeah,
I was. It was pretty.
Oh no!
amazing.
I was at the center.
you were at the
I was at
center?
the center.
Oh, good for you.
Behind the stages and the paparazzi, which was interesting.
That's
But I
okay.
was there, and if I leaned like to the right, I could see the podium, and I was I kept leaning. I didn't want to let people know why I was leaning because then everybody would stand up. But they figured it out, so it was a
be
real
there. I'm
honor.
glad you were there.
So
Yeah.
what was it like for you to be at that opening?
Oh, just amazing. We had the honor of being at the first Pride reception at the White House when Obama was elected.
Yeah.
And so not like a full circle, but just like now here, he's back in Chicago, opening the center and that whole journey. And it was really just a beautiful day. I mean, just the sky, the clouds, everything was perfect.
It was.
It was
A lot of
real
hope in
honor.
the air, right?
A lot of hope. And I've been in the museum. It's unbelievable. And to be reminded of the hope and the promise, and my brain kind of having a little cognitive dissonance with what's going on. But to keep going back to that this is. I don't want to say that it's a blip, because it's a huge one, and there's going to be a lot of work. It's just not a matter of the administration changing. It's going to take
A lot of-
years and a lot of work.
Yeah.
But to hear Obama and to see all the other presidents, it was just amazing.
It was a shot in the arm.
It
for
sure
hope.
was. It sure was. Absolutely. It's a great way to put it. Absolutely.
Well, we got another shot in the arm coming next week.
Yes.
As you are stepping off with the Grand Marshals. The theme is free to be proud. What are you most proud of?
Well, I guess I'm proud of the community that is currently in this, for example, elevating our own, and for saying that community is important, and for recognizing Tracy Bame, who is the most astounding person I know. And for the judges, of course, how important are they? Oh my God! And then they awarded a grant to the Puerto Rican Culture Center.
Yeah.
And
wow. That's
yeah,
nice.
it's a beautiful thing. And so I'm very proud that the community is not backing down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not backing down and claiming what is rightfully should be elevated.
Yeah. And I'm a lifelong Chicagoan. Both of us are born and raised here, and so I'm so proud of Chicago's queer community. And sometimes it's like there's Chicago and the rest of the world, but sometimes there is. And I just love that the queer community here is really, I think, a model for. We've never lived any other city, so we're not sure. But what we've heard of people
Right.
saying, Chicago just has it going on in terms of the queer community, the leaders here, the advocacy, and again, just what we call the chingonaness of just being badasses and claiming what is ours.
That's right.
And not taking away, because we are not doing anything wrong. Still to this day, we are not doing anything wrong. Love is love.
Love is love.
And, working with Amigas, that's what we always had to try to, share with the women. You'd never apologize for being Latina. You never apologize for being queer. And so I'm just really proud of our community here in the city.
We're proud of you too.
Thank you.
Really. And for me, I've been saying a lot this year, the Pride feels different. It feels urgent and necessary. And I don't know if that's just me feeling that or if it's kind of just spilling out throughout, but one of the things that I always like to remind people about the Pride Parade is that people marched so that we could have a parade.
Absolutely.
And with the words of the Obamas this week, and with your leadership and what you do, your actions, it really is like, okay, this is a call to action. It's a reminder that, like, let's celebrate, let's have joy, let's have a parade. But tomorrow, let's roll up our sleeves and get back to the work, because we're doing nothing wrong.
Absolutely. I mean, I think last year's parade, having occurred, sort of after the inauguration and the change and the sort of, I don't want to say deer in headlights, but just the fear that was being raged by the administration amongst so many communities, right? Immigrant community, Latinos, African American, queers. I think we've seen in the last year that okay, we kind of took our breath away. We've got it back.
Yeah.
And we've got that shot in the arm. And again, with the Obama Center opening and just the work that's been happening, and, don't think that deportations are not still happening, because they are. And that work is continuing, that you're right, that this feels like, okay, bring it, because we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
It's
Absolutely.
a galvanizing moment for our community.
Absolutely.
We're
Absolutely. And so it's just so honored, to be kicking off that parade. It's really going to be pretty something.
Yeah.
It's well deserved.
We are very, very proud of you two for all the work that you do and have done. Mona Noriega, Evette Cardona, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Make sure you give us a wave as we pass the center on
All
house
right,
shed.
definitely,
out to the
definitely.
crowd.
I know.
There you are.
Definitely.
There you are.
All right.
All right.
Happy Pride, everybody out there.